understanding the periodic table and its contents. In this video, I'm going to be going over the atomic theory, the structure of an atom, and the periodic table. The atomic theory. The modern atomic theory states that elements are composed of atoms. It also states that atoms of the same element are identical. This means that one gold atom is the same as another gold atom, and same goes for any other element. It also states that compounds are composed of more than one atom. So, for example, carbon dioxide, or CO2, contains 3 atoms, 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms. This can be described by the principle that chemical reactions involve the separation, combination, or rearrangement of atoms. The structure of an atom. All atoms are made of protons, neutrons, and electrons. Let's take the carbon atom for example. In the carbon atom, there are 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and in its neutral state, 6 electrons. The model shows that electrons are negatively charged particles and are located outside the nucleus. The protons are positively charged particles found in the nucleus, along with neutrons, which have no charge and are also located in the nucleus. However, it's important to note that the ring model of an atom is not exactly accurate since electrons do not orbit the nucleus, and instead they are located randomly in space due to attractive and repulsive forces. But this is not something you'll need to know right now. You might need to know it later in your chemistry course. So for now, it's mainly important to know that electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged, and neutrons have no charge. Now let's move on to the periodic table. If you're taking chemistry right now, instead of memorizing all the elements and their atomic numbers, the most important thing to know is the arrangement of elements and what information is given about them in the table. Here are some simple patterns to help you out. Most of the nonmetals are located on the right side of the periodic table, while most of the metals are located on the left side. Similarly, note that the first column of the periodic table is known as Group 1, and these are the alkali metals. The second group is known as the Group 2 and is the alkaline earth metals. The next block of elements that looks like a perfect rectangle is known as the transition metals, which have multiple different oxidation states. Then there are your metalloids and your nonmetals, which are represented near the staircase. And lastly, there are the halogens, the second to last column, or group 17, and the noble gases, which are located on the far right and are the very last column, or group 18. One other thing you will probably need to know is that there are 7 diatomic elements, which means that these elements exist primarily in groups of 2. For example, oxygen. Molecular oxygen, or the oxygen that we breathe in, is in the form of O2. And there are 6 others, so 7 in total, including hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. Although this might seem difficult to memorize, one useful tool to remember is that these diatomic elements create the number 7 on the periodic table. And then now you just have to remember that hydrogen is also included, but it's just on the far right. Once you know where all the elements are generally located, some important information will also help. For example, the atomic number should be listed next to elements abbreviations. For example, this is iron and its atomic number is 26. Beside it is the atomic weight, which tells you how much 1 mole of iron weighs. And then you might also see the density, boiling point, melting point, and much more or less depending on how detailed your periodic table is. It should also give you a key with units, and this can also help out with calculations and much more. I hope this helped you out and helps you remember some more information about the periodic table and the atomic theory. Please feel free to comment and let me know what topics I should cover next.